responsibility. That's right, responsibility. Once again, responsibility. R-E-S-P-O-N-S-I-B-I-L-I-T-Y, responsibility. That's right, responsibility. Once again, responsibility. Good morning, Tadmore. Good morning, Raider friends. Thank you for joining us today. Please stop what you're doing, have a seat, get comfortable, listen to the morning news. We have important information and fun information to share with you today. I'm Miss Mancuso, your assistant principal, and you know my co-host Tucker. Good morning, Tucker. Today is Tuesday, March 24th, 2020, a rainy day in Georgia. But we're connected. You, me, and all of our friends are watching the morning news, so we're glad that you're joining us today. Today we do want to wish a happy birthday, March 24th, to two very important people. Happy birthday to Alexander G. and to Caleb B. Happy birthday, guys. We hope you have a great day. We have some shout outs for today. I want to shout out the boys and girls who tuned in yesterday. And I'm going to shout out some teachers that tuned in yesterday too. So listen, see, boys and girls, see if your teacher was listening to the news with you yesterday. So first for the kids, thank you, Janeth R., Johan, Jonathan, Delilah, Jalissa, the Eastep boys, Elena, Damian, Hannah, Hanan, Elion. Rainbow was listening into the news yesterday. Kelsey and Caden, Jennifer, Anna D, and Braylon H. Thank you, everyone, for watching. And teachers, you're doing a great job. Thanks, Mrs. Silva, Mr. Castles, Miss Brown, fifth grade teacher, Miss Brown, Miss Canio, Mrs. Armour, Mrs. Vakili, Mrs. Stover, Miss O'Mara, Miss Evanson, Mrs. Eastep, Miss Erica, Mrs. Davis, Mrs. Lee, Mrs. Howard, Mrs. McFalls, Mrs. Delacruz, Mr. Lassiter, and Senora Suarez. Thank you, teachers, for tuning in. We really appreciate it. Mrs. Britt would like to shout out Caleb Brand for recording himself reading every day. Caleb, you're rocking it, my friend. Nice job. He is reading every day, and he's working so hard to grow as a reader. Thank you, Caleb. Mrs. Johnson would like to shout out Mrs. McFalls, Mrs. Howard, and Mrs. Kimbrell for their help in preparing packets for Mrs. Johnson's students. Thank you, ladies. We appreciate your help. Miss Aguia would like to shout out Joe B. in Mrs. Brown's class for being amazingly responsible. Listen to this. So we've been working, the kids have been working on a news article to answer a question before everything went down with the coronavirus. So that's what they were working on at school. He did not have the article with him, nor was this really assigned to him for school from home, but he answered the question. He used the article that he found himself, so he Googled it, searched it, found the article, and then he remembered the race strategy that they were being taught. He used the race strategy to answer the questions. And Miss Aguia wants to say to you, Joe, thank you. She is amazed with your responsibility and the fact that you just jumped right in to catch up on that work, so thank you. Mrs. Lee would like to shout out her students who have returned their work packets. Nice job, everyone. She'd like to thank Cesar, Alexander, Tony, Abraham, Maya, Danny, Alan, and Alex B. So thank you for turning those packets in. We appreciate that. Miss Powell would like to shout out Ellie, Jackson, Kinsey, and Ryland for sharing their Lego creations on Flipgrid. She loved seeing your creativity. Keep posting your finished products on Flipgrid. Miss Powell is looking forward to seeing more. Faculty and staff of Tadmore would like to shout out Mrs. Gower, our principal. She has worked tirelessly, very early in the morning till very late at night, for all of us and for all of you. And we want to thank her for being our leader and for being our support during this time. Boys and girls, wait, she's not really watching for just a second. Do you remember the shortcut sign language sign for I love Do you remember that? Okay. All right. You ready? On the count of 3, let's all tell her how much we appreciate her. Ready? Do you remember what it is? Okay, ready? Boys and girls, we want to say thank you to Mrs. Gower, our principal and our leader, for working so hard for all of us during this time. Mrs. Gower, this is from all of us. You ready? Boys and girls, go. I love you. We all love you. Thank you, Mrs. Gower, for all that you're doing. Announcements for today. Please remember that breakfast and lunch is being delivered out to your homes between 8:15 and 9:30. Thank you to the cafeteria staff, the bus drivers, and all of those folks that are riding the buses each day. We appreciate that. If you missed the delivery this morning, you can stop by school between 10 and 11 a.m. to pick up your meals. Also, don't forget that work packets were prepared for you. Hopefully you can send the work packet back on the bus. If you're coming over to school to pick up a packet, please make sure that you call the school, let us know you're coming. You can only get as far as the porch. We'd really prefer that you just stay in the car and we'll bring it out to you. But what would be great is if you brought the packets back so that the teachers could get them and start grading those. So boys and girls, if you do have completed work, put that back in the envelope. Make sure your names are on your papers. Make sure your names are on the envelope. Return the packet to school with either the bus driver. You can give it back to the bus driver or the folks on the bus. Or if your parents do have to come over to school to pick up something, you can let them bring it back over to the building, okay? Specialists would like to shout out the slide for today. They're telling you, boys and girls, go check it out for Tuesday, the 24th. There's lots of fun on there. There's story time. You don't want a unicorn with the author Amy Dykman. There's music with Mr. Lassiter. I think he's starting the woodwinds today. How to play a game called Pig with Mrs. Phillips. There's a virtual field trip to meet the painted turtle at the Nature Center. We have story time with Miss O'Mara. She's reading Maka the alpaca. And Mrs. Armour and, who's her friend in class? Mrs. Armour and, oh, I remember, Rainbow. Mrs. Armour and Rainbow. Gosh, I wonder how Rainbow is. I hope I see him soon. Mrs. Armour and Rainbow? Oh my, Rainbow, thanks for, Tucker, this is Rainbow. Rainbow, this is Tucker. Aw, thanks for, Rainbow, thank you for being here today. I heard, Rainbow, that Mrs. Armour created a Flipgrid with activities on there and that you want the boys and girls to join you today. Oh my God. Oh, Rainbow, you make my heart happy to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Be safe, Rainbow. Wash your wings, okay? Make sure you keep clean. Be healthy during this time. Thanks, Rainbow. We'll be sure to check out your Flipgrid today. So, boys and girls, check out Flipgrid today. I think, if I remember correctly, Mrs. Armour said that you need to get the password from your teachers, so be in communication with your teachers. This Friday is a scheduled teacher workday, so parents, please remember, there is no meal delivery on Friday, and your boys and girls do not have to, they don't have to do work packets or digital learning, but they certainly can if you would like to keep them busy with learning. Kindergarten registration, as we told you, has been canceled. We'll keep you updated on that. And then if you have any questions or concerns and you need to speak with someone, you can email Mrs. Gower at robin.gower@hallco.org or give her a call at the school, 770-536-9929. Today, we're gonna do a new activity today. The activity is called an analogy. Analogy. It's a big word, but you can do it. All right, listen. An analogy is a comparison between two pairs of words. So pair is two. So two pairs. So there's two words compared to two more words. And analogies help us understand something by comparing it to something that we already know. Now, I know it sounds a little confusing, but we're gonna try one, and you're gonna see how easy it is. All right, and that will help you understand what an analogy is. So here's the first pair. Hot is to cold. All right, I know what hot means. I know what cold means. Hot is to cold. as inside is to what? Now let's go back to hot and cold. Hot is to cold. They sound like opposite words. Hot is the opposite of cold. Oh, so I've compared those two words to each other. Hot is to cold. So now my next pair of words have to do the same thing. Hot is to cold as inside is to, what's the opposite of inside? Are you typing in your answers? I'm going to check and see. Anybody typing in the answer? Hot is to cold as inside is to, very good. Inside is to outside. That's an analogy. Hot is to cold as inside is to outside. Okay, so I'm going to give you one more, but I want you to write in on Facebook your idea. I'm going to give you the first pair, and we're going to do we're just doing opposites today. So the first pair is up is to down. Those are opposites. Up is to down. As, now it's your turn. Blank is to blank. What two words can you come up with that are the opposite? And finish the analogy. Up is to down as blank is to blank. Type it in. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing your answers on Facebook. Raiders, keep your brain and your body healthy. Work on your assignments. Lots of Zoom meetings going on. Oh my gosh. Can I just tell you that yesterday I Zoomed in on 2 different 5th grades that were meeting. They were talking about their reading and writing projects. I Zoomed in on kindergarten. That was fun. Saw a lot of my kindergarten friends. Zoomed into a 1st grade classroom who were working on a poem. Zoomed into a lot of meetings with faculty members yesterday. You guys are doing a great job on your digital learning and on your packets. So keep up the good work. Your teachers are going to be in touch with you, checking in on you, making sure that they can help you answer your questions. So be connected, stay connected during this time. We want you to eat healthy foods, get some exercise, and rest well at night. And always be like Rainbow. He's going to wash his wings, you wash your hands. Remember our expectations, Raiders. We will continue to be respectful to ourselves, others, and our surroundings, and we will be responsible for ourselves, our work, and our actions. As we end our time together, we're talking about kindness this week. Remember, here's the quote for today. There are 3 things. Oh, wait. I'm going to take this phone call. Hang on. I really am going to take this phone call. You're going to be so surprised. Good morning.
Good morning.
Wait.
How are you?
I know your voice. Wait, boys and girls, look who just called in. Oh, Mrs. Gower.
Hi, boys and girls.
Oh, Mrs. Gower, it's good to see you. I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. It's been really, really busy here at school, but we're doing well. Boys and girls, I miss seeing all of you because when I walk around the school, there's nobody here.
Oh my
There's
gosh.
just Mr. Jose and Mr. Luis and Miss Juana. They're all cleaning. The lunchroom ladies stay in the lunchroom. They're still trying to take care of food, but I miss seeing all of you.
Well, we miss seeing you, Mrs. Gower. This is really pretty cool. We're on Facebook Live, we Zoom, and now we're on, how did you call me?
I called you on FaceTime.
Okay, and now we're using FaceTime. So the technology is amazing with everything that we can do, and it's so good to see you.
Well, it's good to see you, boys and girls. I hope maybe I can call in again tomorrow. Miss Mantuso and I talked about me doing the news from here at school, but I don't have Tucker, and Tucker's prettier than me. So I hope you are doing everything your parents tell you to do, and we're going to be sending out more information, so just keep watching. It's good to see you. Bye.
Thanks, Mrs. Gower. Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh, and just like that, she's off. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? It was so nice to see Mrs. Gower. You know, we could probably have a guest call in. Teachers, maybe we should talk about this today. Maybe we could have a guest call in every day just to say hi to the boys and girls on Facebook Live. That makes my heart happy that that just happened. All right, so we are going to end our time together. We're talking about kindness. There's a great quote. Remember, 3 things in human life are important. You want to know what the 3 things are? The first is to be kind. The second is to be kind. And the third, you figured it out, is to be kind. Martin Luther King Jr. said, tell us, boys and girls, the time is always right to do the right thing. The time in the newsroom or in my kitchen is 9:46. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the Morning News. Bye.